Okay, this is KP4MD. Now we're not getting audio through. This is Killer Papa 4 Mike Delta. I guess we don't have a net control here. Let's see. I guess I can go ahead and open the net. This is KP4MD. Net control for the River City Arcs slow scan television net. We meet here on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific time on 441.30 megahertz FM repeater in the Sacramento, California area. And we also live stream on our YouTube channel for the River City Arcs. And this net is conducted for practice in image transmission modes. And we will go ahead and call for stations who wish to check in. And I have my pen and paper ready here to take any check-ins. Is anybody interested in checking in? Please come now with your call sign.
Number 6 Yankee Germany, George and Lincoln.
November 6 Whiskey Lima, Mike, Bill, and Roseville.
Okay, so far we have November 6th Yankee Golf, George. We have Bill, November 6th Whiskey Lima, Mike. Any other check-ins on slow scan? Okay, well, I could say that on the YouTube live chat we have Jen, Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee, who is actually in the Mobile listening. And we have Craig, Whiskey Papa 2 November, down in Cajun land there down in Louisiana, who's joining us on live chat as usual. Any other check-ins at this time for the River City Arc Slow Scan TV Net? Okay, nothing heard. So we're going to go top of the list. We have a small group, so this is going to be probably a quick net here tonight. November 6th Yankee Golf. George, we kind of missed you. There was a the first session of the Girl Scouts training at 6 o'clock today, and I thought you might be interested in joining us by Zoom. But they had a good introduction to space and the universe and astronomy, and it was pretty good. I sat in on it there. So they're going to be meeting every Wednesday at 6 p.m. From 6 to 8 for the next 6 to 7 weeks. So over to you, George, to see if you have a picture for us. The N6YG. Go ahead. This is KP4 Mike Delta.
I must have missed that email or glanced over it. I'm going to have to change my email to another one that it doesn't get so much stuff. I get inundated with so much email that sometimes I miss stuff at that account. Anyhow, as a matter of fact, I do have an image set up to send. So I think first I'm going to send a tone, and we'll go from there. I'm trying to see if I have the right 92023 N6NA on the website or on YouTube. You just have the banner up, right?
That's correct. It says check-in time N6NA SSTV. I'll switch it over as soon as people start sending pictures.
All right, let me send a tone.
Yes, we have a good clear tone. Go ahead, please. Okay, very good. Over to you, Bill. See what you copied and what you make of that picture. N6WLM KP4MD. Go ahead.
Yeah, good copy here. A few pixel pops, but nothing that takes away from the photo. It looks like this is a vessel of some sorts. It looks like a rather large boat, actually, maybe in the sea, because next to it is another vessel. Looks like a smaller, maybe metal bottom boat. So this is probably quite a large ship here. I'm not, large for a person to actually own, maybe like a 30-footer or something around that. It's on the water, and it looks like it's almost dusk or dawn. Beautiful shot. I really like the reflection of the boat in the water and the ripples. Looks great. I wonder if this was Folsom Lake, or if it was some body of water a little larger. N6WLM back to net.
Okay, thank you very much. I pretty much got the same report here. The picture looks like it was taken in portrait mode. It's higher vertically than horizontally, so we've got black bars on the left and the right. And in those black bars, you especially see the bright pixel pops. There's probably a couple dozen there. It's some kind of a boat, and it looks like there's a little motorboat next to it on the right side. And this may be taken at sunset because the sun looks like it's going down or either it's coming up. I can't tell, but there's some wispy cirrus clouds up in the sky. And I don't know, it's pretty calm water. There's very few waves on the water there. So I'm kind of curious what this is. And I don't know exactly how to identify that kind of boat, but kind of looks like a pleasure boat that I've seen out on the lakes. So over to you, George, and see what comments. Oh, look at this. Jennifer KI1TTY says, hi, Carol, Craig, and the gang, and pretty crisp picture with marine antenna. Yeah, there's a mast up there with a number of things poking out of it. So over to you, George. N6YG's KP4MD.
Well, what you're looking at is a 40-foot trawler, 40-foot overall length, 14-foot beam. My wife and I are looking at it. Considering buying it, I'm tired of the RV. Living in an RV is just not working out. They're not built as durable as boats are. I spent a lot of time on boats when I was younger. I did a lot of boat deliveries to the Gulf Coast and then from the Gulf Coast again back to the Pacific Coast and to Hawaii. Did a boat delivery to Hawaii. Did another one to Argentina. But those were all mostly sailboats. A few power boats. This is a really nice boat. It has two tenders. One you can see. The other one is behind it. It holds 400 gallons of fuel, two 200-gallon tanks. It holds 300 gallons of water. It has a built-in water maker that does 9 gallons per hour. Built-in sanitation system. What do they call it? Electrosand. It's called an electrosand system. So you don't have to pump, unlike an RV, you don't have to pump it out. It treats the black water from the toilets and discharges it overboard or into a tank, because there are some places where they don't allow that. It's got radar up on top. That's a mast that you're looking at. Real trawlers have masts. So it has a mast and a boom for a steadying sail. It's got like 800 watts of solar on it. And I'm just picturing myself sitting up on that fly bridge in the morning with a cup of coffee. Just not sure how the shepherd's going to climb the ladder to get up there with me.
Wow, that is definitely a different lifestyle. Um, Living on a boat. I know there's some people that do that, especially the people that have these yachts that go down in the Caribbean and they sail from island to island and live on their boat pretty much. When I grew up in New York City, I was aware that there were people live on what they call houseboats, which I think is very different than this trawler. But very, very interesting and a very different lifestyle, that's for sure. You certainly don't have to worry about going out and mowing the lawn there. And you could always, instead of having to run to the supermarket for dinner, just throw a fishing line off the side of the boat there and catch your dinner that way if that's what you'd like to do. Okay, interesting. Anybody have any other comments about this picture before we continue?
The only thing I'd say is most boat owners' life is, the happiest day is when they buy the boat, and the second happiest day is when they sell the boat. But it sounds like an interesting life, and Maritime Mobile is always really fun to catch. So maybe we'll catch you on the airwaves, Maritime Mobile, George. That'd be great. N6WLM.
Yeah, I should mention that that's Morro Bay, by the way. The boat's at Morro Bay. So that's a little bit of a trip back up to the Delta.
Okay, thank you very much. We have Andy Cowley from the United Kingdom has joined us on the live chat, and my goodness, it's I think it's 0414 UTC, so it is super early in the morning. Andy must be suffering some kind of insomnia there, but thank you for joining us at this hour, Andy. And Craig says a boat will sit on a ship while a ship will sink a boat, and that is so very true. There's a big difference between a ship and a boat, and I learned that when I was in the Navy, not to make the mistake of referring to one the wrong way. Any other comments before we continue? Okay, nothing heard, so I'm going to go ahead and send a picture now, and this is going to be PD120. No, I tell you what. Let me let Bill send his first. November 6th, Whiskey Lima Mike. If you got a picture, go ahead and send your picture, please.
Yeah, sure, I have a photo. This is going to be PD120, N6WLM.
Wow, this is a very interesting and exotic picture, and I'm going to present it over to you, George, and let you take a stab at it. N6YG, KP from.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm seeing here. This looks like, okay, the building reminds me of a place that I know of in Rockland. I forgot the name of the store off the top of my head. It's kind of like a Whole Foods, but it's not. And yeah, I see pastries, and I see what looks like pita bread, although that might be a tortilla. It's hard to tell. It kind of looks like it might be a Greek dish if that's tzatziki sitting in the bottom of that container with, what do they call, Slovakia? Is that what they call the Greek skewers? And then the cookies would be, if they were Greek, what would they be? The Greek cookies I used to make for school, Cludia. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just hungry for Greek food.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. I was going to say, yeah, this it looks like it's a European place. I don't know the style of that building on the left side. Kind of looks like the kind of buildings you have over in Turkey, and you have a really unusual type of. You don't see that kind of palm tree around here very much more in a warmer climate. Um, the food on the right side, yeah, I see that kebab on the skewer there with this white sauce, which could be the tzatziki sauce, and something that looks like pita bread with uh, some salad in there, and the cookies. So I don't know. It's looks good. Looks delicious though. So why don't you tell us what this is, Bill? N6WLM. By the way, the picture came very good. Just about a dozen pixel pops, but very clear. You could see it on YouTube. Over to you.
Yeah, great guess. I think George got most of it. This is the Greek Orthodox Church in Roseville, and the reason I was here was because of the Roseville Greek Festival that happened not this weekend, but the weekend before last, where they invite everyone to come and get great food and enjoy the ambience. They're also doing tours of their new church there. So I did back-to-back church activities with my my Mormon temple tour the weekend before. But they didn't feed me at the Mormon temple. They they let me get food here at the Greek festival. So yeah, great food. There's a gyro there on the right-hand side of the picture. The bottom is a skewer. I think George will pronounce it better than I did. Slovakia, I think. Solvia. I don't even get me started. The top picture is all the pastries you could get there. Some baklava on the top, and some. I'm not even going to try pronouncing it, but they're great with coffee. And yeah, they a lot of food. We went Sunday, and a lot of food was actually already sold out. So we couldn't get any spanakopita or chicken or lamb because they actually sold out, which is great for them because it's all a fundraiser for the church. And I always like Greek food, so it's great to go there and spend some money and sit and enjoy just the music and hang out. Anyways, it was a fun time. N6WLM, back to net.
Oh, okay. I guess I was not too far off. I'm sorry I mentioned Turkish, but there's a lot in common with the Eastern Mediterranean type of architecture. But absolutely, and a lot of their food is very similar as well. But thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm glad you enjoyed that. I do like to go to these ethnic festivals and get a little taste of um, these different cultures that we have around here that really enriches our the community. That's for sure. I'm going to take a standby first and see if anybody else wants to check into the net. This is Killer Papa 4 Mike Delta for the River City Arcs Slow Scan TV Net. Anybody else want to check in, please come with your call sign. Okay, nothing heard. I thought I heard Kayla K6YLA said earlier she was going to try and check in, but I guess she is not going to be able to do it today. Anyway, this picture is going out also, and it's going to be PD120. Okay, over to you, George, and see what you copied and what do you make of this. N6YG, KP for MD.
I am not sure what I'm looking at here. I definitely looks like I'm looking at a high voltage arc and a DJI drone, like a Phantom 4 or one of those early Phantom models. The big long skids on the bottom, the 4 rotors. Then I see arc coming into the top of it and coming out the bottom of it, but I don't see any smoke. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Very interesting. It'd be interesting to find out. This reminds me, Carol, remind me to tell you the story about when I was experimenting with high voltage as a much younger kid and bypassing the voltage, the drop to the house.
Okay, thank you very much, George. Over to you, Bill, N6WLM. How did you copy that, and what do you make of it? Over.
Yeah, very interesting photo. A fair amount of pixel pops, but I can still make it out. And you have an ID about 3/4 of the way down where the station ID came through. But very interesting photo. It does look like a drone that was hit by some types of high voltage. It almost reminds me of those Tesla coil music videos you see where they fire up a Tesla coil and wear metal suits to play music. Some parts of this drone actually seem transparent in a way, like it came from like a TV show, and you took a screenshot of it. There's an odd red aura on the back of the drone that's lit up also, because you can see very clearly the beam going through one propeller and then out of the left-hand side of one of the landing gear things there. But I can't make out why there'd be red rectangles off the right side of the drone there. So this is very interesting. I know this is on purpose or someone's having a really bad day. Either way, it's a very interesting photo. I'm excited to hear more. N6WLM.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD, and we have some comments here from the Peanut Gallery on live chat. Craig says, "Whoa, that's scary," and then Jen says, "Zap." And this is actually a still frame from a YouTube video that I saw, which is really interesting. The title of it, if you want to look it up, is "We Hit a Drone with Lightning." And this was a study done. This YouTube, by the way, has over 1 million views, and it was a study done at the University of Manchester's High Voltage Laboratory when they took a DJI Phantom 3 drone and they put it in the discharge path of a 1.4 megavolt Tesla coil to see what would happen to a drone that was theoretically struck by lightning. So they did it actually twice, and they smoked 2 drones this way. And it's interesting. You could see where they're charging up the Tesla coil in the video, and then they let out the discharge, and it goes right through one end and comes out the other end, and the thing drops out of the sky completely. And neither of the 2 drones that they tried it with survived. One of them, actually, the battery pack was still working. The other one with the battery pack was just non-responsive at all. But it was an interesting demonstration, theoretically, and the conclusion at the end of this video was, it's only a 5-minute video if you want to watch it, and I'll post the link in the live chat if you want to go there. The conclusion was it's probably not safe to fly a drone in an electric storm, which would kind of make sense. But I think it would be like 1 chance in 1 million that the lightning would particularly look for the drone and hit the drone particularly. Unless it had like a trailing wire that was like connected to the ground or something like that. So that's what that picture is, and it does look very impressive, and I thought it would be good to share. So any other comments on this, KP for MD?
Lightning is that close that it's hitting my drone. That's the least I'm going to be worried about. I'm going the other way.
Okay, very good. Well, we've done a complete round, and it's only been half an hour. So I'll open up an opportunity. If anybody wants to send a second picture, they're certainly welcome to do so. Is any takers for that? Over. No, but Jen says, nice Carol, what fun. Yeah, I can imagine that's fun, except that I don't really relish the thought of disabling $1,000 piece of equipment just for science, but I guess it was a worthy sacrifice to make a video that had over 1 million views. Okay, nobody has another picture. Well, I tell you what we're going to do then. We'll go ahead and we'll close this net, and everybody can go off and chase FT8 or where else they want to do tonight. But thank you everyone for participating in the Slow Scan TV Net. We meet here every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Pacific time. That's United States West Coast Pacific time, which right now is 0400 UTC. Until we switch back from daylight savings time, and we stay on 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at that time. So everybody's welcome to join us here either through the repeater or on our YouTube live chat. And in any case, we will be here again next Wednesday, and we're looking forward to see you at that time. So thank you, 7-3 everyone, and have a wonderful evening. This is Kilo Papa 4 Mike Delta closing the net. Bye-bye now.
Must have not not made it through the repeater. I said I had another picture spooled up. I'll go ahead and send it, but N6YG.
Yeah. Go ahead, George. We're standing by.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm checking to see. Maybe the radio's not keying up. Maybe I'm having a problem with the new microphone. Here goes. N6YG.
Okay, Bill, if you're still there, would you like to comment on this picture? Over.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, it looks, copy came over fairly well. Not too many pixel pops. There's a horizontal line through the middle of the photo where the ID got you. It looks like a giant boat that is held up with some rigging over some cement slabs, probably doing some work on the underside of the hole there. It's always amazing how they could lift up something so heavy out of the water with a crane like that. It's always fun to see. I'd hate to work around it though, because one slip and you know you're pancake. So I don't know if this is the same boat that we saw from the last image that you sent, George. But that'd be interesting to find out. It's hard to tell from this far away. But yeah, this is interesting. I wonder what's going on here. N6NA back to net.
Okay, I'm going to guess this is another view of George's future home that he's looking forward to. Yeah, rigging or some kind of crane holding this boat up for, I imagine, some kind of work being done on it. And I can see the, what they call those things, oh my gosh, little stands on the side holding up the side of the boat there. They use those also on cars, I think. So over to you there, George. The N6YG's KP4MD.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the same trawler. That's what it looks like out of the water. It's a displacement hull. It's got the keel, and you can see the protected rudder. This is what's known as an aft cabin trawler. It's a long-range cruiser. You can putter this thing to Hawaii if you wanted to. I've never done that on a power boat. I've always done it on sail, so that would be something new for me. If I remember correctly, it's like 48,000 pounds, which is amazing. You know that they can lift it with this. The travel lift is that's a crane. Normally they use a travel lift, and when I was younger, I worked at a boatyard that had one of those. We never dropped a boat. But it wouldn't really matter. I mean, you'd be surprised. You can take a trawler like this and drop it from 30 feet into the water. It won't suffer much damage. You might break some plates inside, but the boat will be all right. They're designed to, you know, be dropped from quite some height because they're designed to go out in the ocean, and you never know what kind of weather you're going to get into. So that's not going to be my life. I'll do coastal cruising. I'll go up and down the coast, but I think that's about all my back will allow for.
Okay.
The only thing that's really holding us up on this is it's a single screw, single engine, which I have a kind of a love-hate relationship with twin engines. I like single engines for their efficiency. I like single engines for their protected prop. With a single engine, the prop is behind the keel, so it's protected. But what's holding us up is it doesn't have a bow thruster, and I really like bow thrusters on single screw boats like that. So anyhow, that's the story on the photograph. N6YG.
Okay, thank you very much, George. You'll be thankful that we don't get to see very many hurricanes around here. Usually a boat like that is, especially I feel really sorry for the people down in Florida have boats around there. They probably biting off their fingernails when hurricanes come around and wreak all kind of havoc there on the water with the storm surges and what have you. So yeah, that's Captain George. That's what we're gonna have to call you, and I hope everything works out well for you, and that it's. I guess you'd really have to downsize a lot if you're going to be living on something like that. Of course, you'll have your HF station up and keep in contact with the world. And now you can do email from HF with WinLink. That's what a lot of those people on those boats do. Okay, any other comments before we really close the net at this time? KP Firm. Yeah, nothing heard. Jennifer did say, Jen said it looks like a dock on the river. But you explained what it was there, George. Thank you very much. Okay, we are now finally closing the net, and we will see you again next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Pacific time, on this same YouTube channel and on this same repeater. 7-3 through all is KP4MD, now closing the net.
Surprised I didn't recognize the Greek church. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to cough. The Greek church in Roseville. I knew I said I recognized that building. I know I'd seen it. It just wasn't registering with me. I only been there like 50 times, so it should have registered. But that was a long time ago too. I remember I was involved with that when they were originally building it, and